Brothers and sisters, it is a pleasure indeed to greet you. And today we're going to be talking about loneliness. The loneliness of the live food eater. And in this context, when talking about such heavy things, let's charge ourselves up with a very special juice. So here, we'll start off with Macintosh, with some Macintosh apples. Macintosh being an American classic, but of course. And then from there, we'll go to a Newtown pippin apple, George Washington's favorite. And now let's, organic pomegranates have just come onto the market here in California. Look at that extraordinary design. The extraordinary intricacy. Look what nature has created. We live in amongst hidden miracles every single moment, every single day. So let's just rejoice in the miracle of a pomegranate. Organic, but of course. Okay, so let's. And then let's add some carrots. So here we have it, an historic apple, pomegranate, carrot juice. Can anything be more ebullient, more vivid, more streaming, and more alive? So now let's get on with our discussion. We are on the precipice, no doubt about it, of a severe economic collapse. And all the while, there is persistent inflation which may even turn into hyperinflation. Then there is, tragically enough, the death of the middle class, and in the background, the threat of war. It is especially sad and tragic when I go to the natural food store right down the street and I see that tomatoes are $4 a pound. Organic grapes, $3 a pound. That's here in California. I can only imagine what the prices are, say, in Manhattan or in Brooklyn. No question about it, inflation is roaring. And this is an especially brutal tax on the poor, on students, and people in modest circumstances. But it had to happen. With the Federal Reserve printing massive amounts of money, it had to happen. There are natural gyrations in the economy. The economy is a living thing. Since 1929, there have been 13 recessions. And we mentioned 1929, did we not? Gross national product fell 26%, and unemployment rose to 21%. Can we imagine that? When even 5% employment now is considered is considered cause for utmost concern. Imagine unemployment of 21%. And we all remember the Great Recession of 2007 to 2009, where gross national product fell 5% and unemployment rose to 10%. Over the last decade, growth has been exceedingly slow. The economy actually shrank 3.5% in 2020, the worst year for growth since 1946. Wages have stagnated for ordinary Americans, and let's be clear, the pandemic was not the cause of the crisis. It only exacerbated it. It made it worse. Desperate to avoid a collapse, the central bank, the Federal Reserve, resorted to the printing press. It created trillions of dollars out of thin air, lending the money to banks, insurance companies, and in corporations. Printing press money created an extraordinary stock market bubble and a housing bubble. And now they are trying to control the inflation that they have created by a very primitive method, that is raising the interest rate. This is sure to cause the economy to crash. It's already doing that to the housing market. The wild gyrations that we see in the stock market are but a prelude to what's right down the road. This has made some fabulously wealthy. It has led to an extraordinary polarization of wealth without precedent in American history. The top 1/10 of 1% own as much wealth as the bottom 90%. The middle class is dying. And as if that were not enough, August 1914 cometh. There is the same delirium, the same hysteria, the same feeling that possibilities have been exhausted. The headlines talk of war, even nuclear. What can be more sadly tragic? We say, brothers and sisters, plant that victory garden. Join that community garden. Create that permaculture landscape and edible schoolyard. May I close by suggesting that we ponder a verse from the Bible. Choose life so that you will live. Deuteronomy 30:19. Thank you. It's been my privilege to share with you. Your comments and suggestions are invaluable. Let us go forward.